What is going on, everybody? Sean up here in Minneapolis, and I am getting this webinar started. It's about 40 degrees below zero up in the Twin Cities, and we had a busy day. We were going on appointments. I visited my mom in the hospital today. She's actually in hospice, and so after this webinar, I'm going to go be moving her out of her old house. So it is a busy day up in the eXp land in Minneapolis. So I'm gonna move through this pretty quickly. I like to just record these and leave these on YouTube. So jumping right in to the webinar. Guys, so if you guys don't know me, Sean and Blanca, we're a husband and wife team up in Minneapolis. And we've been in this business for about 13 years, did 20 million in 2018. And at the height of our career, we jumped on board on eXp because we actually ran into it took a trip to North Carolina. We ran into all these signs over there, eXp, and we were like, what the heck is eXp? So we started looking into it, started just doing our research. Like, I'm kind of a researcher, so I was intrigued. Started looking around, and they were just kicking butt down in the South. They were growing super fast. So then me and my wife were like, hey, it's a national broker. Like, what if we wanted to move to North Carolina and we could just remain under the one broker? And we were actually talked to RE/MAX down there, and we would have to have like multiple desk fees and multiple expenses if we were to stay with RE/MAX, because we were going to have to be with two different brokers. But eXp is a national company. A little bit more about us. We do sell in the upper bracket, but we work in all markets. We reached the Hall of Fame with RE/MAX. Funny thing is, they gave us a little like 50-cent pin that says Hall of Fame. We made $1 million in real estate, and they gave us this little pin. So I thought that was kind of funny. We built our business organically, so we're not like a huge Zillow, huge lead team where we just farm a bunch of leads. Most of our business comes through repeat referrals. We're more of a boutique team, so we actually do events, we do promotions, we actually do some really cool closing gifts. So a lot of our clients just repeat and refer us because it's more of a boutique experience rather than a big transactional lead team, okay? So married for 19 years. I used to work for Geek Squad back in the day, so I have a lot of technology background. And we also run a Mercy House Minneapolis, which is a safe house for women. So a lot of our money we donate right back to the community here in Minneapolis. So let's get into this thing. So why are agents looking at eXp? Like, even if you're not in eXp, this is what agents are looking for in real estate. Okay, I think we can all agree. Number one, you guys want a model, all right, that will help you sell more real estate. Period. That's our main thing. Okay. Now I'm talking about this page to kind of help us frame the conversation and get our minds straightened out. Number two, you want a fair split that allows us to keep our commission, right? You want to partner with a broker and a company that has influence and that is going places. You want the ability to build a team or to be on a team, and the structure should be ideal for doing both of those, all right? You want access to the training and support. You want to be in a culture of success. And you want to have the access to tools that produce leads. Now, the reason I came up with these lists is because this is exactly what I want. And this is what pretty much most of the agents that I speak to are looking for. Pretty no-brainer, right? Now, eXp offers all of these, and we'll talk about it today. But I also want you to think about questions that you should be asking yourselves that maybe you didn't, okay? So what is an exit strategy or retirement for real estate? Guys, people, we cannot keep selling and selling year after year after year. When does it ever end? When is there any other backup plan or plan B? Obviously, if you're investing in real estate and buying investment properties and rental properties, that's a great plan. Just that most agents have such a versatile income that they don't have the ability to do that, or they're just poor planners with money. But I think typically it's just a lot of volatility, and it's not very sustainable, okay? During the presentation, I want you to think about how you can leverage the real estate industry like an owner, not just a salesperson, okay? Start thinking like an owner. If you're building a team, what happens when your agents leave you? Inevitably, if they're a good agent, they're going to be looking for a larger split. So they'll leave you, and that's normal. I'm not going to, pretend that doesn't happen. As an agent, are you properly awarded for your achievements? Like I was saying with Remax, I sold and made $1 million, and they gave me this little pin. Guys, I'm just done with awards. I've never really cared about awards. I want to build my business and make money. Okay, so they could have saved their little 50 cents on that. But what else? Does your current broker offer you award for promoting their brands or introducing agents to their brokerage? I doubt it, guys. So at eXp, we're going to talk about the revenue share. This company actually gives about 50% of the revenue back to its agents. And that's why we are an agent owner company. Okay. Now, we also have the ability to earn stocks, which I don't know of another real estate company that does. So today our goal is that you keep an open mind for the future of real estate, that you learn about this new model, right? It's not about, bashing anyone's broker. We're never going to put down anybody. Okay. And I think when I joined this company, I was used to a lot of brokerages or owners, leaders trashing other companies, but I just don't see that here. So I'm proud of that. Also, let's think of the future. So down, 3 to 5 years down the road, where is the industry going to be headed? And then ask yourself, is the real estate sales alone a sustainable business? Okay. Now we're going to cover who is eXp. We're going to go over the business model. We're going to look at the eXp world and what it's like working here and how it's like to join. Okay. Here we are. The owner of the company is Glenn Sanford. This guy was big in the tech era back in the early 2000s. He did a lot of work in the technology era. Then he joined real estate and he built a team. He closed more than $60 million in real estate in those years. But then when the market crashed, he kind of had the idea that agents and brokers do the heavy lifting in real estate and they deserve better benefits and being a shareholder and income because they contribute a lot to the industry. And they're the ones who do the heavy lifting in real estate. So in 2009, after that crash, he founded the first cloud-based brokerage, eXp Realty. Okay. And then this is just recently from last year, he was awarded Inman's Innovator of the Award, Innovator of the Year, Most Innovative Broker. Sorry, there you go. Third time's the charm. In case you don't know this, we're the 7th largest broker in the US. You can check it out on Real Trends. There we are on number 7. And our previous broker is right here, John Colopy. He was with Remax Results. Super great guy in the industry. I mean, the guy's a legend. Of course, it made sense for me to leave his brokerage. And it wasn't because I didn't like those guys or there was no beef going on. I just felt like the new model with eXp was better to build my team and moving forward to create other income besides just real estate commissions. Okay, so we'll cover that. Now, they have a bunch of core values. Okay, and the one I really like to talk about is sustainability. Now, here's their definition of sustainability. It is to be a good financial steward of the environment, the organization, and our families, which, man, I totally agree with that. But there's another definition of sustainability that I'm talking about, and that is, if I build a massive real estate team, organization in real estate, if I do that with another brokerage, all those agents just move around and they leave my team. What am I left with? I'm left with me and my wife still selling real estate. So we're going to talk about how to build a sustainable business with eXp and be able to continue to sell real estate and have additional income come on top of that. Okay. So let's keep moving. Here is the explosive growth chart with eXp. Now, I started looking at eXp about the middle of 2018, actually. So we have to get this graph going into 2019. So I started looking at it, and there was about 9,000 agents when I started looking at it. And then all of a sudden, every single month, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. And I joined in September of 2018, and they were just hitting like 13, 14,000 agents. But now we're over 16,000 agents around the nation, 50 states, and it's growing at about 1,000 to 1,500 agents every single month. And I wonder why that is, right? I wonder why, guys. We're going to cover this tonight. So the reason is because every industry that's doing something different, like the Netflix versus Blockbusters, the Amazons, now we have eXp versus the traditional brokerage. Guys, this is a disruptive industry. And finally, in real estate, we have something coming in and changing the game, right? So let's look at a couple more comparisons. We have Uber, right? Now, Uber doesn't even own any cars, yet they were able to basically wipe out the taxi industry, completely change the game. Tesla, right? They don't even use dealerships. Their cars only have 19 moving parts. So they completely took the old car model, stripped it out, simplified it, made it electric, and it's just completely revolutionizing the car industry. And Airbnb, they don't own any real estate, yet they're completely changing the hotel business, guys. And so the same thing is happening to real estate, and that's why it's growing at 1,000 to 1,500 agents per month. It's not really hard to understand. Now, let's look at it in more of a visual terms, right? Here's a typical broker franchise. By the way, eXp is not a franchise, so there's no middleman on the ownership. We have, versus this old system, we have, like, let's say this is RE/MAX, right? So we have Dave Liniger at the top. We have RE/MAX regions, okay, spread all over the world. I think RE/MAX has about 120,000 agents worldwide. They have franchise owners, which is like my old broker, John. Now, then this is where the big money comes in. He has to hire offices and staff to manage all these offices with copiers, managers, all these leases, phone systems, maintenance, cleaning crews, all that stuff. Huge overhead. And that's why they have to keep increasing their admin fees. They have to do the mortgage. They have to do the title just for the numbers to make sense. Guys, this model is bleeding out, okay? It is, people are leaving this industry because the agent has a more simpler path to the money, okay? Now, of course, we have the recruiters, team leaders, and then individual agents are there on the bottom, okay? Just paying desk fees and giving up splits. So here we just simplified it. We have eXp and directly owner with the agents. They have, they do have state brokers, of course, and they do take some of the salary. So it's not like they're setting up offices. So like when we moved to Canada and opened shop in Canada, all we did is we opened up the virtual cloud-based office in Canada and we were in business, okay? So super fast, and that's why it's growing. Now, talking about the cloud campus environment, we have no desk fees. There's no franchise fees. You can work from anywhere, cut the overhead with a brick and mortar cost. eXp shares the profit with its agents. So like I said, it's about 40 to 50% of the earnings of eXp goes back to the agents, okay? We get paid at closing just like any other company. There's an online interface where we can track all of our income, our stocks, our revenue share. It's really slick. We have access to transaction coordinators across the United States. So even if you're in any state, you can plug in and I can get you hooked up with a transaction coordinator. And guys, eXp does not require an admin fee, but if you'd like to charge it, you can do that for your own profit to help pay for your team. Okay, moving along, let's check out the office, right? So we're a virtual company, but we do have access to Regus office suites around the whole United States. So this is a screenshot of my area here. There's about 11 offices in my area. And I have access to all their common spaces, the cafeterias, the free Wi-Fi and coffee and all that. Also, I work from home. So I have a home office and this is my home studio where I do a lot of video. Excuse me. I also work from coffee shops. Excuse me. And I partner with vendors. So my loan officers, my title companies say I can pretty much use a conference room whenever I need to. So, here's what it looks like in one of the Regus offices. I took a quick 10-second video, so check it out. So guys, they're all pretty modern. If you need to rent a conference room, the small ones are about 30, 40 bucks, and the larger ones are about $75 to $85. Okay. If you need, you can rent a dedicated office month by month. It's like anywhere from 300 to 600 bucks a month. And of course, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So it's more flexibility. All right. So live training, it's a virtual company, but that doesn't mean there's no training, guys. 20 hours a week or more in the cloud every single day. As you can see, it starts off, early in the morning. They have grow, build, and scale with eXp, basic training with SkySlope, mentors and workshops, the math behind the lead generation, content creators, accounting 101, all this stuff, social media mastermind. And guys, the people who teach these classes are icon agents and people who have actually done production. It's not just noobs and junior agents doing this stuff, okay? Real-time support. Like I said, you can go to the cloud and get on-site demand service. New agents have to have a mentor, so we can explain that later if you have more questions. SkySlope, we use SkySlope just like a lot of teams do. And pretty soon we're going to have 24-hour around-the-clock support online in the cloud, so that's pretty cool. All right, so that's the eXp world. This is pretty wild. The first time I saw the eXp world, I was like, this is insane. You basically log in, you can access trainings, you can go up to tech support. When you log in, you have to create your own avatar. So you like hook them up, make them look like you, log in for the day. I mean, we don't work in here, okay, guys? This is just to go attend company events, or if there's a mass training, they consolidate everyone's efforts by having people join in the cloud. Tech Outpost, the auditorium's huge. There's sometimes there's 300 agents in there. You can go around, and like I said, the first time I saw this, I had to get my head wrapped around it, but it's pretty cool. All right, let's keep moving on. So Exp Solutions, we have, like I said, Enterprise, which is the hub where you can view all your commissions and stocks in one place. We use SkySlope for transaction management. Facebook Workplace is included. And then if you ever heard of KV Core, I'll show you in just a second. KV Core is included with eXp, okay? And then branding and marketing, we have signage, just like every other real estate company. You can get business cards. All of our signs are uniformed, all the materials there. And it's a pretty easy transition to move over. Now, KV Core, like I said, is your included platform for lead generation, IDX website, your transactions, and your CRM. Basically, it's on a built-in-one CRM, and it's super slick. Anyone that logs onto your site and starts snooping around and registers, you get notifications. You're able to monitor their activity and then follow up with them as needed. So it's a pretty slick system. I think this would normally cost around $500 to $600 a month, but with eXp, it's included. And one of my new agents actually who just got on board, she was talking to me like, oh, you have to get a website and all this stuff. I'm like, Chantel, you don't have to do that. And I showed her KV Core, and she was laughing because she was happy. She was about to buy a website. She didn't have to do anything. Money in her pocket. Okay. All right. So joining eXp, here's how it works. We're going to start off on the right side over here. Standard cost is $150 for your first month's fee. All right. That's your first kind of sign up fee. Additionally, it goes $50 a month for your tech fee. And that includes the KV Core and all the technology. Plus, there's a $35 a month university fee. And then, so essentially, after you pay your $150, you're only going to pay $85 a month moving forward with eXp. No more desk fees. That's it. Okay. Now, per file, you do a $25 broker fee, a broker review fee, and that caps at $500. So after you're done with that, you're done. Then they have a $40 risk management fee. And so that goes just with per transaction. Now, everybody at this company gets the same split. There's no, favoritism with agents. So an 80-20 split, you pay 20% of your commission to eXp until you hit a $16,000 cap. So in my market, that's anywhere from 8 to 10 homes, and then I hit my cap. So I joined in basically the last part of September. It's now January, and my next closings, I'm going to hit my cap. I'll be at 100% commission for the rest of the year until my anniversary date in September. So guys, that's pretty amazing. Now, after I hit my cap, okay, I do have a $250 transaction fee for the next 20 closings, okay? After the 20 closings, then it moves to $75 per transaction. So if you're a team who sells 200 to 300 deals a year, you'll pay, you'll hit your cap, then you'll pay $250 for the next 20 closings, and then just $75 a month per closing. Not bad, guys. And there's even more to come about how you can make you can make all your $16,000 back in company stock, and we're going to cover that in just a little bit. All right, here's the real money. So what if there's a way to build a real estate sales organization inside of a framework that allows you to keep selling real estate and leverage your sales team for lasting residual income, but without the liability? And that's the key part here, guys. I want to build, or we are building, a sales organization around the nation. So we've got people coming in Georgia, and I'm building my team here, and it's just going to keep building out and out because we're doing videos all the time. We're doing weekly webinars, just like we're doing right now. And we're doing lunch and learns locally. We're going to keep growing this thing on and on and on. And guess what? eXp is the broker. I can build this without the liability. So that to me is huge. Okay, so we're going to look at what is the revenue share. This is the reason most agents are coming on board, in my view. All right, so starting off, just to keep it simple, let's say here you are, you're agent John, right? You sign up a rock star agent, Susan. Okay, she comes to eXp. She starts selling real estate. On her first closing, she closes one for $300,000. She makes a 2.7 commission. You get $283 for that closing. But guess what? She doesn't sell just one house, right? She keeps selling. So you're just going to get these checks maybe every week, every month, whatever it is, up to $2,800 for the year. Now, if you were Agent John and you were working with Coldwell Banker and you told Susan to come over from Medina Realty and come to Coldwell, would they ever send you a dime? No. They might even say thanks. I don't know what they do. But now this is every single year that Sue closes deals. You're going to make $2,800 for every time every year she comes in the business. And guess what? This is another important, you guys have to pay attention to this. The revenue share is paid on the company dollars, on the 20%. Okay? So the portion we're paying to eXp is where they're taking out the dollars from. Remember in the beginning of the presentation, I told you we're paid about 50% of the earnings that come into eXp. Okay? So we're not taking money out of Sue's main commission. So she's making the exact same splits that we are. Okay? So this isn't any kind of funny business. It's just that eXp shares the income with its agents. All right. Now, of course, if you're doing this thing, you're not going to just invite one agent, right? So for like me, let's say this is me. I already did this. I have 5 agents in the business. Okay. And actually I have about 3 in my second, and I'm actually building my 3rd level. So for me, I'm going to help these agents make sure they keep selling, right? I'm going to make $2,800 for each of them that are personally sponsored for me. And then the ones coming in on my 2nd level, I get paid up to $3,200 off of them. Now, do you think I'm supporting them? Absolutely. They're coming to my lunch and learns. They're sending people to my webinars, except for tonight. The webinar's a little weak, guys. You got to pick up your game. All right. But guys, I don't know what's going on in Minnesota right now. It's like negative 40 degrees below zero. So people are kind of hibernating up here. So guys, can you just see, how this can help agents get some sustainability and some more consistency with their income? Every single year when these guys hit their sales, you're going to get paid up to these 2 tiers. Okay. Now, like I said, there's over 1,000 agents coming in the business. So if you started building this thing, let's say it took you a year to do this, okay? You sponsored 5. You helped them each bring in a couple each. That's $46,000 for the year, guys, on top of your real estate sales. Now, I just bought a new house, and this is about my house payment, and I live in a really nice neighborhood in Plymouth, Minnesota. So basically, this is going to pay for my house. And this is going to be basically step number 1 for me is I'm building this little scenario right here. This over time will be hundreds of agents, okay? Hundreds. And guys, this kind of money is nothing in real estate, okay? The brokers that we work for, the team leaders that have, 30 agents, 40 agents, just on their team, they're making, add a 0 to that. they're making $460,000 a month or a year. Just for an example, my brokerage that I used to work for, they charge a $500 admin fee for each transaction. Now, if I do the math, they closed 20-some thousand deals in 2018. They were making about $4 million just on the admin fee. Okay, not talking about the splits. So I think it's time for agents to start thinking like owners instead of just chasing little commissions, because we're sitting here chasing commissions for $3,000, $6,000 when we should be looking at the bigger picture. Okay. Now, eXp does not want me to expand on this thing and show you 7 levels, but I know guys that have 600 and 700 agents in their downlines. I know agents with 6,000 or 7,000 agents in their organization. So obviously they've been in the business for longer than me. Some of them have been in the business for 3 to 5 years. I think that would be a pretty good 3 to 5 year plan, even if you only make $400,000 a year additionally on top of your income. Okay. Now, the reason this is kind of hard to believe for some agents is because the average agent only sells about 8 homes a year. So I think we have what's called a mentality problem that people really are thinking very small. All right. So guys, with this model, I want you to forget about what you've been told. $100,000 a year is not big money anymore. Okay. $100,000 a year just barely gets the bills paid in today's day. You need to start thinking about making a minimum of $250,000 a year in real estate because it's sustainable. That kind of money is sustainable. So start upping your game as far as how you think about income. Okay, guys. Now, I told you that it's going to grow past the 3rd level, right? So the 2nd level, you get paid $3,200 per agent up to. The 3rd level, up to $2,000, on and on and on. The 6th level and the 7th level, they pay up to $4,000 per agent. Now, the only catch with this is that you can't come into eXp and then just sponsor one agent and let us do the work, okay? You have to continuously, over time, introduce agents. So in order to get paid on level 2, you need to have put in a minimum of 5 agents into the business. In order to get paid on level 3, you need to have a minimum of 10, okay? See how that works? You can't be a piker. You have to just keep opening your mouth. Agents want to know about this, so why not tell them about it? So even if it took you 10 years to build a 7-level organization where you can be making substantially more money on top of your commission, guys, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. The way this thing's going, the way this thing's growing, agents are they're coming to me and asking like, hey, why'd you move to eXp? You guys were doing so well at RE/MAX. Why'd you make the switch? Did you get in a big fight with them? Nope, none of the above. This is one of the reasons I came to eXp. The stock is great. The virtual office where I can save money on my splits is great. The fact that I can make all my money back on the splits is amazing. But this is really the reason I came in. So let's just recap, right? With eXp, what do you get? All right. Now, sometimes I talk to agents and they're like, oh, yeah. That's one of those virtual companies. Guys, there's nothing out here like what we're doing. You can't just say, oh, yeah, it's just another one of those virtual companies. No. You are in the owner's seat. You own a piece of this pie. If you build it big, you're going to get the checks, period. So don't take this lightly, guys. All right. We have super low overhead and attractive splits. And we get to participate in this huge industry shift, and we get to ride the momentum. Because I know a lot of real estate companies that like, oh yeah, I work for XYZ Realty. Yeah, we've been in business for 40 years. Nothing changed. Nothing's ever, everyone's always the same. Everyone always walks around with the same snooty attitude. Okay. It's time that this industry gets humbled. And I'm going to tell you right now, eXp is serving up humble pie on those guys, because none of this stuff where these older agents come up to me and they brag about how they've been in the business for 40 years. Just kind of to tell you guys that if you guys keep saying, oh, I've been in the business for 40 years, nobody gives a crap. The consumer doesn't care. The consumer wants to know, What do you know? How can you make me the most money? And how innovative are you? Well, guys, I have to say, this is the most innovative company. Just ask Inman, okay? This is the fastest moving company. Just ask Inman and Glassdoor and all the other companies that have been rating us. So let's just drop all this ego and let's just drop it, because things are becoming extremely obvious, okay? We get to earn company stocks. So even though I've only been in it for like 3-4 months, I almost have 300 stocks with eXp. Now we earn revenue share, and we leverage off the framework that eXp built, which means we don't have to reinvent anything and take risks in opening up offices and having to go out and hire managers and receptionists who don't show up for work. And then that cycle of employees and expenses, we don't have to have that risk, okay? The huge growth opportunity, like I was just saying, the thing's growing at 1,000 to 1,500 agents per month. And no one else can say that, right? Now, Redfin's been around for a lot of years. I actually sat down and talked with them, and they're well known, but they're not doing anything. I don't even know one Redfin agent, not one, because I don't know. They don't fit with they get leads and they just give half their commission away or something. I don't know what they do, but I don't even know them. So we have that growth opportunity, right? So then this business, if you understand how it works with teams, it's great for teams. It's great for solo agents. It's great for brokers who want to move their company right in. And it's great for even investors. Maybe you only do 2 to 10 deals a year. You hold your license with eXp. You have much lower expenses, and it's just simple, right? You can get training. You can hook up with us. You can do tons of stuff. So this is the recap I want you guys to think about eXp. And the one thing I didn't really cover today was the stocks. The stocks are great, but it was really more of a secondary benefit. I'll just cover it real quick, okay? With eXp, you earn stocks by doing the things you already do. So when you come in, you close your first deal, you get $200 towards stock. When you refer an agent in and they sell their first house, you get $400 worth of stock, okay? I might as well just back up and show you where I skipped over that. Sorry about that, guys. Where is it again? Here we go. $200 on your first transaction, $400 when you hit your cap, another $400 when you invite an agent in and they close their first deal. And remember when you sell 20 extra sales after capping? Well, you get all of your cap back, all $16,000 back in company stock. All right. So now there's a couple catches to that. You have to attend a couple events with eXp, right? And you have to be a giving person. You have to have a great attitude. If you're the type of agent with massive ego who never contributes back, who won't attend a training, who will never go to the events, this award is not going to be for you. This is basically an honor award. If you're a rock star agent and you fit in the culture of eXp, you're going to be awarded the icon agent. But it does have to do with production, absolutely. Okay. Now, the equity program is what I kind of skipped over. And this is how, if you want to, you can enroll in this. It's completely optional. You can take a commission, put 5% of your commission towards company stock at a 20% discount. Okay. So now we've covered the stock awards. We'll just go to the end and I'll recap really quick with you guys. So how do you take the next step, right? So you get with the person who sent you here, or obviously if you came here because of me, call us up. Don't be shy. Connect with us on social media. Shoot me a message. Reach out. Guys, we're just normal, nice folks. We're not going to hound you if you contact us. We're not recruiters. We're agents who are just doing this thing, okay? We're out here having fun, spreading the good news, making extra money, making revenue share, making some stocks. And we're taking this nationwide. We're going to be doing these webinars every single Tuesday night, along with Lunch and Learns here in Minneapolis. And who knows what other events we're going to be doing locally. So if you're looking to join, basically this is how you join. You go to join.eXp Realty, fill out your information. That does not switch your license, okay? I'll even show you what it looks like so you can see. I'm jumping over here right now. Go here as apply as an agent. This just gets your foot in the door. They want to see If you are a real agent, they want to see if you have any kind of lawsuits against you or problems. They do vet our agents. And then you also need to put in your sponsor. Where'd it go here? Anyway, you have to save and continue. I'm not going to do all this, but basically you have to put your information in here, and also you have to name your sponsor. Okay. eXp doesn't let you just join eXp and not have a sponsor. You have to have a partner and someone whoever inspired you to join the company, that would be your sponsor. So hopefully we're those folks. In fact, my wife just came in. I want you to say hi to her. There's one person on the chat on YouTube. I'm not sure about on the webinar. I haven't even looked here, but say hello. This is Blanca.
Hello.
We're up in Minneapolis, and just drop us a chat if you're in the on the YouTube, and we'll say hi. There you go. All right, guys. Well, hey, Sean and Blanca up in Minneapolis. We'll be in touch and talk to you guys soon.